railing up here so people wouldn't fall in this hole, or this pit here, which it don't go down very far. You can actually see the bottom of it there. And the edge of the water actually runs in it. This dark little spot there is actually the creek. That's what the guy who surveyed everything said. He said most of your pits like that just lead back to the creek itself. And then all your other little offshoots that go up kind of like this just kind of dead end. So he didn't find no big rooms or nothing new really. This is one of the wetter areas in the cave through here. So you might get dripped on. If you get dripped on, they call it a cave kiss. Say it's good luck. So you might have some good luck. I don't know, I think I get too many of them or something that kind of don't work, but that's what they call it. A lot of people, if they're scared of the crickets and stuff in the tunnel, they get dripped on, then they think that crickets on them. Just some old boards here. And what these old boards were used for is on their path back then, if they had to walk over a gap or something, they just lay a couple boards across them and you just balance yourself and walk over it. Like I said, really safe stuff back then, it looks like. I'd say if they didn't close, somebody would have probably ended up getting hurt. Because then they would come around this way and you got more of their old steps. They chiseled their own stairs out of the rock. That looks really slick. And you got all these little stalagmites along the edge of here that are dead, real dry looking, where people have probably been grabbing onto them, trying not to slip if they ever get up there. Yeah, the Amish actually built this walkway. We got a large Amish community around here.
That's cool. There's a big Amish community, like where I'm from there in Breckenridge County, the Bibbs. They live mostly at, been a part of Garfield?
No.
Well, a lot of them live around there in that area.
They're all over Hart County here and a lot of Cub Run. We got one of the largest Amish communities this county in the state of Kentucky. And they,
Yeah, we passed like somebody with a buggy.
yeah, and they didn't move here until about the mid-90s. What happened was land was going for real cheap. And these realtors around here ended up going up to Pennsylvania, Indiana, and Ohio and shuttling them down here on Greyhound buses, showing them the land. And then they just kept moving in and buying land. And now them realtors that done that are multimillionaires. And they just keep moving down. They call us English, is what they call us. The Amish calls it English. And they actually outnumber us in this county. There's more Amish than there is, I guess you could say, English. This is a really good example of that white calcite there. Really clean, looks like snow. And it's got the line down this column here. Half of it's just your normal limestone, half of it's that white. And them would have been like two separate columns at one time. And over time, the minerals and everything would have kind of merged them together. So that's how you get the line down it. There's one of our larger stalactites we got in the cave, and it's got the 2 points coming down on the end of it. It's got some of that drapery. So you get the stalagmite underneath it, it kind of mirrors it. You got the 2 points coming up. And the ground around this stalagmite is really neat looking. You got more of the rimstone, like what was around the big pool back there, just smaller versions of it, where water would have once sat there. And then the bottom of this rimstone, all this rough looking stuff, is called cave popcorn. That's kind of favors popcorn you'd eat. Yeah, it's kind of, that's about the largest stalactite we got in here. And it's just kind of out here by itself. Had you guys been sitting up there long before I pulled in? at the gift shop?
A little bit, but
Yeah.
we forgot that you were on a central time because we
Yeah.
were on fast time, so.
Yeah,
Eastern time.
Eastern time. Yeah, where I'm, like I said, I gotta lock it up and then bring people down here.
My family will call it fast time. So
Yeah, that's
where I used
that's
to
what-
live, we have
that's what
slow
they-
time back home, so everybody in the country is like, well, you on fast time.
That's what they call it around here too.
Oh,
I
that's
guess-
pretty.
Russia and China must be on super fast time.
Yeah.
They're half a day ahead of us.
Yeah, they already know what's happening.
And
Yeah,
we
you see a little bit of every color you've seen throughout the cave on this one wall. And we actually got a stalactite and stalagmite here that's almost touching. Like a slide a piece of paper in between them. It's this one right here. And this might be
Now I see your drops, right? Yeah, now I see what you're talking about.
And this is about the only thing in here that we might actually get to see a change in our lifetime. It's looked like it since the place was opened, but they estimate within the next 25 to 50 years that might actually meet and become a column. Now, a lot of people think that this one's close. But it's still got hundreds, if not thousands of years before it ever meets. So this one here, we might actually get to see become a column, which would be pretty neat.
Pretty cool.
And then all on the ceiling through here, you got these big fold out looking spots. And these are called domes. And how these domes were formed was when that water was coming through, there had been air pockets, got caught up by the ceiling. It would have caused a whirlpool effect. That water would have sat there and spun and made these domes. Now most of them smooth on the inside. This one's really neat because it's actually got the stalactites in it. So just a little bit of everything in the cave here as far as formations go.
Wild looking one.
Yeah, this formation here is probably the most interesting formation we got in the entire cave. We've had a lot of people come through from other caves, a few geologists and professors from some universities, and they've never seen nothing like it. And what this actually is this would have been a stalactite that fell from the ceiling up here. You can kind of see the scarring on the ceiling from where it fell. Now, it's really rare for these to fall in the first place. And when it fell, it would have stuck in the mud. And it would have had to have sit stuck in the mud there for tens of thousands of years without tipping over in order for these new stalactites up here to form, drip on top of it, and cause a stalagmite to grow on top of it. So it's backwards. Your stalactites on the bottom and your stalagmites on top. Now that's like 1 in a billion chances of anything like that happening. As far as we know, it could be the only formation like this anywhere. It's not even really got a name, you know, a proper name. It's just kind of an it. And to give you an idea of how long ago it would have fallen, the breakoff point on it's kind of where this corner sticks out here. So from there up would be new growth since it fell. And if it's 1 cubic centimeter every 100 years, it's been a long time. But like I said, just really, really strange. Everything worked out perfect for it to form like that.
You could call it a stalactite.
Yeah, stalactitemite. Now, their old path from the 50s actually went up this way, around this big pile of rock. But you get up in there and you got to crawl in the mud. And there's no real formations or nothing, so I don't know really why they built it that way. We use it as kind of like a service route for maintenance. There's little paths in behind there I can go up and change these light bulbs with. But instead we built it around this way. But I'll show you what that actually comes out at once we get to the other side of this pile of rocks.
Big power.
Yeah. They call it breakdown. Anytime you see a lot of piled up fallen rocks in a cave, that's what it's called, a breakdown, which is in every cave. And a lot of this would have happened when the cave was being formed. from all that water and stuff. They kinda open everything up in here. To the left of us here, this formation right here with the light shining behind it, they call this cave bacon. That's the kind of favors bacon you'd eat. And how that cave bacon forms is, you know, when these stalactites form, they drip straight down like an icicle and the minerals drop off of them. With the cave bacon, you usually see it form on an incline. So instead
Can you
of
shine on the bacon?
yeah, well, with the light shining behind it, you can actually get a better feel for it.
Oh, go back that way?
Well, with this light shining behind it, you can see through it. With my light on it, it's just gonna look like a rock if you take a picture of it. But how that bacon forms is it usually forms on an incline. So instead of the water and the minerals dripping straight down, you get it running down the rocks, makes strips. So it's called cave bacon.
That's wild. It does look like
Yeah, it's hard to take a picture of because of my light on it. Then it's kind of going to look like a rock, and then with that light behind it, it's real dim, and you can't see the lines or nothing in it. So the bacon's actually kind of hard to get on a picture because it's so thin and stuff.
So you got that's two good things. You get all year round free AC and heater and free breakfast.
Yeah. Well, they named
There
a lot.
we go. That sounds good.
They named a lot of stuff after food in the cave.
I've noticed that.
Like
When you eat the
bacon, popcorn, and soda straws. So.
things that I like. You just don't know
Yeah.
too.
Uh-huh.
It's a massive, evenly cut roof up here.
It's a pretty big little room here. Now to the left of us here, down in the very bottom, that's actually the creek. That's water. Just so there's about 1.5 foot of water down there.
That's it.
Yeah, but it's real wide. It's kind of hard to tell if that's water because it's so clear. But that's actually the creek right there at the very bottom. All across there's water. So that's where the creek's the widest at. That ain't where you hear the rushing water from. And up above us in front of us on the ceiling here is more of the cave bacon. That's the real long pieces here.
I see that. I was going to get a picture of that. That really does. That's pretty neat. That honestly does look like a piece of bacon.
Yeah, it looks like one you might have just put in a frying pan.
That's wild.
And it's starting to
looking.
curl up.
Yeah.
And then all this here is bacon too, but that's about our neatest looking piece there.
That really is. That honestly does look like a piece of bacon.
And then
That's pretty neat.
Is there any sausage in here?
No, is there any sausage?
not that I know of.
Oh, shoot.
Now that path that went around the big pile of rock back there that I told you was from the 50s, it actually come out right here where this gate is to the right of us, from behind this wall. And in the 50s, they went underneath us here, went up this hill and went back in there. And back in there is about the only spot in the cave we don't go that's got formations. The reason behind that is dead ends. And it's the ceiling's so low and everything's so narrow that we didn't want to harm nothing no more than it was already harmed. But there's nothing back there that we ain't already seen, just more stalactites and stuff. They was originally going to build their path that way, but they just stopped when they seen really how close you'd have to get to
Are
it.
these just
So.
looking points?
Well, no, this here, remember that path that went around the big pile of rock back there?
Yeah.
The steps, it comes out right here.
Oh.
But I mean, it's just blocked off there because, I mean, we didn't build the path back there. This is just where that would come out at. And then this one here, they was going to build on back in there. But they ended up not building back in there because you'd have to get so close to everything. They didn't want to
Are they
harm it.
going to?
No, we'll never take nobody back in there.
Oh,
Just
okay,
because
okay.
it would, it'd be really hard not to break a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
when
people
you get
touching
around
and
like
everything. So, and it did ends. It's just so small back in there that, I mean, it's just, we don't want to harm nothing, no more than it's already harmed. So we'll go straight here and go over a bridge and you hear the rushing water. This is where the creek first comes into the cave at from above ground. So far back in that tunnel, it was starts making its way in from the above ground, runs all the way through the cave here and out the front. Now, it sounds a little louder than it actually is because it's echoing, you know, out of that tunnel.
It says coins and other objects will contaminate the water.
Yeah, you don't want to throw no coins or nothing in it. That can harm the cave too.
Have people?
Well, back in the 50s and stuff, and then people do want to throw coins in water or something.
Well, yeah, I know. Because they got those coin places like the restaurants or the mall you go to. You can want those coins and stuff in, you know.
You'll have to watch your head right here. We got a low ceiling and you're very much taller than me.
He is. He's a tall man.
Yeah, I'm not criticizing his job, but I don't really gotta watch my head anyway.
Yeah. Short people have one advantage for things of going through caves. That's the one thing I noticed.
Now back here you see all this rock piled up. Before they built this wood walkway, these were just solid slabs of rock that went across all this. And they was crawling over it. in the
Low
50s.
ceiling.
So when these new guys bought it, they drilled holes
It's wet,
about
too.
every 5 inches in this rock, and they filled it with this powder material stuff. And you put water in that powder, and then it expands, and it'll bust a whole big rock like that. So instead of using an explosion or busting it with a hammer, they just done it with some kind of weird powder. I forget what it's called. Like I said, you just drill a hole. You can see the different holes on the rocks there. Drill one about 5 inches apart all across them, and it'll bust the whole rock. Pretty cool stuff.
Almost sounds like something like expanding foam.
Yeah, what it is there's a little bit of it still left on this rock here. It almost feels like sand. It's just some kind of powder. I don't know, and you put a little water to it, and it just expands and it'll bust a whole big rock like that.
It's got to have some form of properties as foam, because I know that if you want foam to expand quicker, that you get it wet. But if you put regular foam in these things, they just seep out of the hole.
Yeah, I forget
It wouldn't
what
actually break it.
That stuff had a name. I just forget what it was. Now we call this back here Formation Graveyard. For one reason, it kind of looks like tombstones. But also, all these formations you see on the ground back here shouldn't be here. They're dead. They're broken. And for some reason in the 50s, they just concreted them to the ground everywhere. So all these around us here is just concreted on. Why they done this, we really don't know. My theory is they was coming through, built their path, broke a bunch of stuff and said, hey, there ain't nothing in the back, we'll just stick them everywhere to spice it up. The only things that should be here is the small stuff on the ceiling. About the biggest thing that should be here is this one little stalagmite here, because it's actually got the stalactite over it. But like this one here, this is actually a stalactite, so that should be on the ceiling and not the ground. They stuck them in really random spots all along the edges of these rocks and stuff. You got one on a crack. You got a couple more stalactites here. So if you look at it long enough, you can tell something ain't right with it. That none of this should be here, because most of it's not even got nothing above it as far as stalactites go. And then you got them all on this one big rock here. You got 5 of them. It looks really strange. Like I said, I think they done it just to kind of spice it up in the back. Now when it's really, really, really hot outside back here, we get a real thick fog in there. Sometimes so much fog you can't really see. And there's a little bit of a temperature change back here too. It gets a little warmer. And the reasoning behind that is we're getting close to the back. Right up here is actually the back of the cave where that sinkhole I was telling you about that. So you get all that warm air from the outside, mixing with the cool air in here, it gives you a fog a lot of times, and then you get the temperature change. Now in the winter, where this sinkhole comes out at, it just comes out in the middle of the field on the other side of the property. If it's real, real cold out, I mean, you get steam just pouring straight up out of the ground there. It looks really cool. But, yeah, like I said, we use this an emergency exit because it's about 300 steps. You got to go up. I can shine the light up in here if you want to check it out. And I'm not real tall or nothing, but I'll hit my head 2 or 3 times trying to go up it.
Seriously?
Yeah, because you'll see here in a minute what I'm talking about. It's just crazy how they built it. You can't even see the top of it from down here. That's how many steps there are. See how low the ceiling is in places? You
This
gotta
is
go
the
under.
emergency exit?
Well, this is just an exit or an entrance. I mean, that's all we use it for anymore, would be an emergency exit.
You can bring people down this
yeah,
way? or no?
I've brought people in this way before, but I don't like doing it because there's so many
Yeah.
steps, and then plus you got to figure out a vehicle situation where this brings us out about a quarter of a mile from where we park, and you got to walk up 2 hills through a patch of woods through 2 fields to get to this back sinkhole.
Oh, yeah, that makes
So,
a difference,
Yeah, it's like I said. I need to actually come down here and start clearing some of this dirt and rock out before we can even use it again. But I don't like it too because there's a bunch of spiders up in there.
Oh, never mind.
I
I
don't
don't
like
like
spiders,
spiders
and
either.
then
I'm with you.
there's rats that live back here,
Oh.
Oh, I can't wait.
and some raccoons. We've actually caught some raccoons up in here, so
You're getting
just
excited,
catch all
yay!
No.
everything.
Yeah.
But what we'll do is we'll go back to our deck here,
He's
and
getting excited.
we'll just go back the way we came here in a minute. You get like 2 tours for the price of 1. You can see it from a different angle. But before we do, I'll have you together up on the deck here, and I'll flip off the lights and let you guys see how dark it is in here.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I don't think I would be here in the dark.
Now, you know
Yeah, you
what?
do. And then walk all the way back in the dark.
Oh, no, yeah.
know-
Not fun, no.
You know, at nighttime when you're outside, your eyes kind of adjust to the darkness. You can still see somewhat.
Right?
In here, there's no adjusting to it. You can't see your hand in front of your face.
I'll be like, oh, yeah.
And
We're
you can't tell if your eyes are open or closed, really. That's how dark it is. This is the darkest you'll ever see. So I'll flip them off
Okay.
here real fast.
Yeah.
Pitch black. It's about time I leave you. You gotta find your way back out in the
No,
dark. That's
no,
part of the
no, no.
tour.
And then we
I
gotta
have
light
fun.
his cell phone till
Yeah.
the battery dies.
Well,
and we're like,
see,
run through, like,
I know my way out. I can run through here real fast and lock that front door.
oh, no.
But even,
This
with,
is,
even
yeah.
with a flashlight, I mean, it's still pretty kind of eerie looking. So, but
I
mean,
would
it's just
definitely
so
not be in a
dark.
cave, yeah, with no lighting or
Yeah,
like a
I'm-
flashlight or something. I would
What
freak
it is,
out.
I'm gonna play hide and go seek. I'm gonna run up here and hide somewhere, and you gotta find me, and I'm gonna jump out and scare you.
I mean, the one time I'll be
Oh.
calling for, give me light, and I don't like a lot of light. So he'll say, I like it a little dimmer, darker.
Yeah.
And I'll be like,
It's
where's
pitch
the
black.
light? Give me the
It's the darkest you'll ever see. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What I'll do is I'll actually let you guys go in front of me so I can walk behind everybody and flip off the lights as we go.
Cool.
Yeah, I just turn them on as we're coming through, and I flip them off as we're going out.
Y'all don't leave them on all the time?
No.
No, I don't blame you.
Well, for one thing, how humid stuff is in here, you get algae start building up, and then plus the electric bill.
Well,
But yeah, I mean, I just turn them on as we come through, and then that's why I walk behind you on the way back, so I ain't putting nobody in the dark, and flip them off as we go.
I
Like I said, I hope
wonder.
you guys enjoyed the tour.
Yeah.
dude, this
It's
is
a-
very interesting.
like I
I
said,
haven't
it's not-
saw anything like this.
No, it's not a real long cave. We walked about a half a mile to the back there.
That's a half a mile.
Yeah, so we'll walk about a mile and all to the back and to the front. Like I said, not a real long cave, but just got a ton of formations in it. It's something you won't see in a lot of other caves. Just, you know, a bunch of formations like that. Really crazy. It got voted the #1 show cave in Kentucky.
This did?
Yeah. Which a show cave is a cave that's got a lot of formations and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it got voted the #1 show cave. Diamond Caverns is like either number 2 or 3. But it's about half their caves damaged.
Well, I don't see anything like this in here that is.
There's a few things like the stuff that ain't growing anymore that's dead where people would have touched them. And then just there's a few broken things like all back there in the back, all that was broken and just cemented to the ground. But not near as much as you get in a lot of other caves. But if it had not closed in 1950, it would have been just as badly damaged as most of the other ones probably. Because people's like the cave's worst enemy. Anytime you see a lot of damage, that's what's happened. People's done it.
Now, is this cave actually a lot longer than what it is to tour, and you just can't get to it?
No, because most of these little offshoots just dead end. No, I mean, we pretty much seen the extent of it. Like I said, all these, like, stuff that go down like that just leads back to the creek that runs out the front. And then the ones that don't just kind of end after a minute.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine crawling through a creek with very
Yeah.
limited weight.
Yeah, there's no more big rooms or nothing like that that we're, you know, that we're not seeing. So they own 400 and some acres, and it sits on a couple hundred acres of it. But it twists and turns around in a way that we're really not. We really ain't walked in that big of an area if we was above ground. We went about halfway up the Cub Run Cave Road, then curved and come back around. And that's about it. So it seems longer than it is when you're down here.
Is it just because we're underground?
Yeah, and we don't know which ways we're going and stuff. Like, we've constantly been in curves and making circles that you really didn't know. Because when we first come in, we just walked into the side of that hill. And when you go to the end of the road, the owner's house is there. And we come out under their house. Then we took when we started walking this way, we started walking up the road. And then on back here, it curves some and comes back around. So you just really don't know. There used to be a map. A guy who surveyed this made a map of the whole cave. And then there was another map that you laid over top of it that showed you what was above us. But I don't know where them maps went. But it would give you a better idea of where we'd be walking at if we was above ground.
Well, there's no caves that's got like straight paths through them, do they?
Like I said, we've been constantly going through inclines and curves and stuff. Like I said, it goes from 500 to 600 foot throughout the cave as far as depth. It's just you really don't think you're going no deeper.
Is this like a relaxation area to sit down, or like is
Well,
that the way that
it's
was?
good for older people.
Do you have very many older people?
Yeah,
in
because
those
this
caves?
is the easiest cave to walk through an area because it's only got 14 steps. So, you know, a lot of older people need to sit down for a minute. I brought people through that has like leg hip problems, people who's on oxygen. You can actually I brought 5 or 6 people in wheelchairs through here.
Well,
This is the only
so,
cave in
yeah.
the area you can do that.
That's accessible. That's cool.
Yeah, which there's 14 steps, but you can kind of pop really and have the family help you get them up it, and then you can just wheel them right through. So,
You'd be like, look, my daughter took me through a cave in a wheelchair. Really?
yeah. See, all the other caves, I think the next one, the least amount of steps, it's got like 100 and something. So you can't, you can't have people get wheelchairs or anything problems go through. The craziest question I ever got from somebody that called was just threw me. She said, I've got 2 blind kids that I want to take through that cave. Now they're blind, and their way of seeing is they'll have to touch everything.
Oh,
And where I told you you're not supposed to touch it,
yeah.
I was like, they can't touch it, no. She's like, well, she got mad. I'm like, I can't help it, I'm just telling you. Now, why would you want to bring 2 blind people through here and touch everything?
No.
And she called everything in the area and asked a mess. Yeah, because Mammoth done called me and said that you're getting ready to get a call that's going to sound crazy. And she said she's calling you guys, and we told them, no cave's going to let you do that. She said, well, I heard this one's good for disabled people, which it is, but not like that. She's talking about letting them go off the path and touch everything, grab onto it. And I was like, there's no way.
That really is.
I was like, you kill the cave when you do that. You'll kill them formations and they'll never grow again. Well, they're wanting to go through a cave. That's their only way of really knowing what it would even look like as they feel. I was like, well, no cave's going to let you do that.
This is very historic.
Even if something's already dead, I mean, they still don't want to touch it, It's crazy. She was. I got a cussing for that one. I've met some characters working here.
How long have you been?
Well, I've been doing it steady for summers, but, I actually been here since the place opened, on and off, in 2006. This was actually my first job. When I was 15, I used to work at the restaurant, and then I started tagging along on the cave tours and doing tours. Now, once I've been friends with them forever. But, yeah, you
It's
just,
cool like that to have a job.
yeah, you just, well,
You
I
have
don't,
an interesting job.
yeah, but I don't really get paid
Oh,
to
well.
do this. I'm doing it to help them right
Oh,
now.
okay.
That's what I'm saying, if I wasn't here, the place would be closed.
Seriously?
Yeah, because they can't, everything's just took place, I mean, they've not got much money anymore. They used to have money, but they don't no more. When he come up with leukemia a few years ago, all the treatments and everything, just broke them. I mean, they about lost,
Expensive for healthcare.
yeah, they about lost the property and everything. And that's when I come back, which their oldest son was doing it for him, but he just had a newborn kid. I mean, she's only like a year old now. Little girl, his wife works, so he's got to stay, you know, with the kid.
Oh, he stays home with the baby?
Yeah.
Wow.
Stay home dad.
I don't know too many dads that do that.
He does, and he still works too. He might take her with him, and like he builds stuff for people. But I don't care to help them. Which I mean, I get paid some. It just a lot of times depends on what kind of situation you're in at the time, what kind of bills are due, or how much money the cave makes in a week. Actually, you know, if it makes quite a bit of money, I'll get paid some.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it when it all comes around. I'm just liable to go a few weeks without getting any money. But when it all comes around, I'll get my money. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
Growing up on the farm working, I know how it is.
Which
You
I
gotta
don't-
wait for your money, so yeah.
Which I don't make minimum wage or nothing like that, so. But it's cash,
That's cool.
so we ain't got no taxes.
No taxes is
Yeah.
good, but that's really good.
But I work for a propane company in the winter. I got a good job. I can make good money, you know. I usually make enough money in the winter. I didn't do a whole lot in the summer anyway.
I wish I didn't have to.
What I used to do is I had my own mowing business.
Oh, no, well, you can make some money
Yeah.
there if you get out and
But I didn't have many
advertise.
yards. I only took about 8 or 9 yards. And, you know, 2 or 3 days a week I do that. The rest of the times I didn't have to do nothing. That kept me in some spending money.
What is
I
this?
don't even like mow my yard.
That's more than anastomosis. It's just where it's eroded away really weird.